Hello, this is Keith George, and this video introduction to your LiveText Portfolio is being presented to help you through the setup process for your LiveText. And this will be applicable whether you already have a LiveText Portfolio or this is your first time. A LiveText Portfolio is required for all of your courses at AUM, so you definitely will need to get a subscription if you don't already. There information available on that and some of the links that we'll see. So as you can see, we're just kind of at the start page of the 6213 course. And as you'll notice in the Start Here section, there is a task to set up your LiveText portfolio. Now, if you open that task up, you'll see a little bit of information. You're seeing a little bit different view because I'm logged in as an instructor. This video will actually be sitting right here, but you will see a link to the sign-in page that will be available for you. Now I'm going to use the link that's on the navigation area just because that page isn't done yet. But as you see, when you take that link, it will take you automatically to your LiveText portfolio. And of course, mine looks a little bit different because I am an instructor, but I'm going to switch to LiveText Docs, and yours should be something similar to this. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to find your portfolio. This link for you probably will be the same title as your overall portfolio. And when you open it, you should now have a view similar to this. And this is just kind of a mock-up that I created for these demonstration videos. Now, there are going to be several courses in which you're going to create pages for your portfolio. The very first thing, if you haven't already done it, usually this is done in, I think it's SCED 1000 or 100, I can't remember the course number, but you will have already created a welcome page, but this is just an example of a welcome page. They encourage you to have a picture, a brief introduction of who you are and what you're working on. Then you also need to include your resume, and throughout your coursework at AUM, you certainly will want to update that resume. And then for this course, you are going to create a new page called INST 6213 Educational Technology. And if you are not familiar, you just create a new page by clicking the plus sign here. As you can see, I've already created it, so I'm going to open that up and let you look at a couple of things here. Now, I'm going to jump over to the LiveText Portfolio Final Exam document, and I'll show you where that is in just a minute. But this basically has the information I've already mentioned to you. There's a link to some instructional videos provided by the university. Here's the information on the cover letter. I was correct, SCED 1000. A photo, 2 or 3 paragraphs. Rename the cover letter to welcome. Then add your resume page. Make sure that it looks good. Again, if you had SCED 1000, you would have already done that. And then you will add the educational technology page. Now, as I mentioned, you're going to name that actually INST. I've got this in view only. So INST 6213 Educational Technology page, and I'll make that update. And then you're going to create these 5 sections. These 5 sections go on the educational technology page. So if we look back, what we're talking about is you only have one entry over here in the page list, but in that page you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections. Now, to show you how to do this, I'm purposely going to delete a section and recreate it. So on this particular section, as you can see, you have some controls next to each section. So we're going to use a different unit plan template that was used in the past. So I'm going to delete this section. It confirms that it can't be undone. So I'm going to say OK. Notice that entire section disappeared. And now I only have 4 sections. But to create a new section, all I have to do is hover over the plus sign here and decide what type of section I want it to be. For the most part, you're going to do text and image. for each one, and you're going to name this first section Unit Plan. And click OK. And by default, it's going to add it to the bottom, but our unit plan is supposed to be the first section. So notice over here with the arrows, if I have the up arrow there, I click that, it moved unit plan up, click up again, click up again, click up again. Now I have my 5 sections. So notice that that is the only thing I have done so far is create the 5 sections. So as part of your setup, just create the 5 sections. Don't try to worry about putting any content in them yet. I'm going to show you how to do that in just one second. But just create the sections so that you know you have the 5 sections unit plan. Cool tools for the classroom, cool tool presentation, assistive technology, and artifacts. Now, when you are ready to add content to it, you can do a couple of things. If you have the name of your section wrong, you can click the little pencil next to it if you need to correct spelling or something. But to add to the actual content, come over here and click Edit, and that section will open up, and you now have a text box that you can enter text into, and it has all of the formatting tools you might need. So you can create links, you can insert graphics, you can do your images down here, you can do attachments. For the most part, you're going to do actual text in here, and you'll learn a little bit more about how to put your unit plan in a little bit later. But as you can see, I can type in the box, I can highlight the text and change the font. I can change the font size. I can do the normal bold, italics, underline. I can do basically anything I would need to do. Now, for a couple of the assignments, you will need to embed something. Now, if that item that you need to embed is a YouTube video, you have a separate little control over here for YouTube where you just copy and paste the link and it's going to put it in there for you. That's very convenient. However, there will be some things that you need to embed that are different. For instance, you are going to create a collection of cool tools, and you will be doing this, even though I'm going to stay in the unit plan view, you'll be doing this in your cool tools collection page, and you're going to embed the code from a different website so that it appears here. And the way you do that is you go to the space where you want it to be, and then you click the source button, and then you simply go to where you want it to be, that blank space, and you paste the code that you have already copied from another website. I'll have a separate video on that specifically, but I just wanted to show you that that's where the source button is. Once you have pasted it, you can click the source button again, and it goes back to the default view. Now, very important, notice that you have a Save Changes and a Save and Finish button here. So I'm going to click Save and Finish. It's going to take me back to my main view, but you can see where I have the text I entered under unit plan is now there. So those are the only 5 sections you need, and the requirements for each of those sections is located on the LiveText Portfolio Final Exam handout, which will be in Blackboard. And if you follow that, you'll do great.